To represent the 20,000.
Joining me now is Juan Williams, Fox News political analyst, author of We the People and co-host of The Five, and Guy Benson, Fox News contributor and political editor at townhall.com. We're going to continue to monitor that roundtable that the president is having on sanctuary cities. A pretty potent political issue, I think, and also one that has to deal with policy. Guy, let me start with you. Last week, a federal appeals court sided with the state of Texas against sanctuary cities, and the penalty is quite severe. $25,500 for each day they intentionally violate the law. That is, when you're talking about a local community, that's a lot of money.
It is, and we're talking about a big difference between a state like Texas that had their anti-sanctuary cities law upheld and California, which is being sued by the Trump administration right now over their basically sanctuary state policies. And one thing that keeps coming to mind, Dana, as I look at these disputes over sanctuary cities and some of these other events, is a lot of times we hear from the Democratic Party that they just want to make sure that law-abiding illegal immigrants whose only infraction has been entering the country illegally aren't targeted for deportation to break up families and that sort of thing. And the priority, they say, ought to be deporting and dealing with people who have come here illegally and then committed additional crimes after that. But one of the laws that California passed that they're getting sued over by the Justice Department right now in the Trump administration makes it harder for the federal government to come in and get their hands on and deport criminal aliens who are currently in California jails, and not making it easy for the feds to know when they're getting out of jail. So to me, even the veneer that they put on this, the window dressing, whatever you want to call it, fig leaf that the Democrats often use to describe their priorities, isn't backed up by the actions and the law in place in California.
And Juan, we do know that there are many in law enforcement, not all, but many who have come forward to say, look, we think that the sanctuary cities is necessary because we want cooperation from people in the community so we can make sure we can protect everybody there, all of the citizens, and then those who are, even if they're here illegally and haven't done anything wrong. But it seems to me that legally, the administration continues to lose on this issue in court. But then in the court of public opinion, they're not really able to get that message out. And the sanctuary city issue seems to be maybe just playing well within that city, but not throughout the rest of the country. Your thoughts?
Well, I think that this is a strong issue for the president, and I think it's something he ran on, Dana. And I think that the meeting that we're keeping track of there in the Roosevelt Room of the White House is a political demonstration by the president that he is holding to his promise to get illegal immigrants out of the country. But he has used as a hook for that argument the idea that they are criminals and that he is really focused on the criminals. I would just point out that under the last administration, the Democrat Barack Obama, there was a similar emphasis on deporting illegal immigrants who have committed crimes. And in California, I don't think that there is an emphasis on keeping illegal immigrants who are criminals. I think that what they're doing, as Guy said, is making the emphasis about not having sort of sudden raids on employers or suddenly having people suspect that anytime they have contact with law enforcement, it's going to lead to their deportation or deportation of family and friends.
Well, the difficulty here is that, we're not going to have a resolution on this before the election, the midterm elections, because the Supreme Court has said we're going to let the process carry out throughout the states. And so we'll continue to monitor that and monitor this meeting that the president is having right now on sanctuary cities. Juan Williams and Guy Benson, thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
Sure thing.